Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare. All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to simple devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Gaur Hari Gaur. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 7. Ete te prataro rajan lokapalam sasambhava tosmi atmatatyaham durjayo yo kritatmabhi. Ete te prataro rajan Lokapalam sasambhava Jitosmyatmavatatyaham Durjayo yo kritatmabhi. Ete te bhataro rajan Lokapalam sambhava Jitosme atmavatatyaham Durjayo yo kritatmabhi. Ite is they your Ratna brothers Rajan, O king, Loka of the planets, Mala from the ruling demigods, Amsha as partial expansions. Sambhava, born. Chita, conquered. Asmi, am. Atmavata, self-control. Te, by you. Aham, I. Durjaya, unconquerable. Yaha, who. Akrit Atmabhi, by those who have not conquered their senses. These brothers of yours who came have taken birth as partial expansions of demigods ruling various planets. And you are so self-controlled that you have conquered even me, who am unconquerable for those who have not conquered their senses. Srila Prabhupada writes, it is said that Bhima was born as a demigod Vayu, and that Arjun was born as a demigod, whereas King Yudhishthira himself was born as a demigod Yamaraj. Srila Prabhupada goes on to state, Lord Krishna told King Yudhishthira that he becomes conquered by the love of one who has conquered his senses. One has not conquered his senses, cannot conquer the simple personal mind. This is the secret of Krishna's sense. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Snapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Padanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padanalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Madhu Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyanta Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Kishe Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Kushimanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Glachal Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balbhadra Svadramyam Jagannathaye Te Namah Panchakalpantarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna. Blessings. necklace. But so that is one meaning of it. Katha calm. Calm. But we can also interpret in another way. Katha kam. Calm बेशी. कृष्ण कथा कम सुनेंगे तो काम बेशी होगा. काम यानी less. So less we hear Krishna Katha, less we chant Hare Krishna, less we worship Him. Calm, lust will be selfishness, suffering will be beshi. Katha beshi, prem beshi. We hear Katha more and more and more. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta. We hear Krishna Katha and then that dormant love, prem, is there in our heart. So more we hear and chant Krishna, then more love in our heart. Katha beshi, prem beshi. More love is awake in our heart. Calm. So just enemies in this world for everyone is lust, which makes us work hard, uselessly. Competition, uselessly. In spiritual world there is no calm, there is no work. Here we see the chapter on hearing the message from Narad Muni about Yudhishthira Maharaj desire to do God's Yajna. Krishna, along with his entire entourage, all his wives and near and dear ones, he has come in that person. And he is wonderfully received by Yudhishthira Maharaj. We saw how Yudhishthira Maharaj, in the assembly of all exalted personalities, great sages, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Yudhishthira Maharaj made his proposal of performing Rasya Yajna, king of all yajnas, king of all sacrifices. So Rasya Yajna is not ordinary. This yajna only single emperor that country, not that every the emperor of the no ordinary king. So if somebody has to ask me, first he has to conquer all the kings. And this yajna is done not just for self-aggrandizement, done for welfare of citizens. So here we see Yudhishthira Maharaj express his desire that he wanted to do this Rasya Yajna. Definitely he had no desire to do this Rasya Yajna just to glorify himself or to just establish his supremacy. His main purpose of doing soak in the purity of Krishna, his heart used to get pierced with thorns when some ignorant people consider Krishna as a very person and criticize Krishna. For devotees, they can tolerate insult themselves, not tolerate insult or criticism of Krishna. So, when Yudhishthira once saw that people are taking Krishna children, some people are taking Krishna godly, some people are criticizing Krishna. So he went there to do this in front of an assembly of all the great persons from Brahma, Shiva, Indra, all demigods, sages, brahmanas, all the respectable personalities of the universe. When we want to do something, we want to get all VIP, big people. Yudhishthira Maharaj program, his plan was to get people from all the way from Brahma, Shiva, all biggest, all the rulers of all the planets. Not just ordinary, some small in charges and small these things. But can you imagine? This was just 5,000 years ago, not very long ago. Just 5,000 years ago, Yudhishthira Maharaj planned for a sacrifice in which he planned to invite all the personalities in the universe, all the important personalities in the universe. So, and he had no personal, any selfish desire behind doing it. Sometimes we see in modern time people do some big event, and one of the most important purpose of that event is to do personal propaganda, to show how big they are, how important are they, or how glorious are they. But Yudhishthira Maharaj had not a tinge of that desire. So sometimes devotees may also do big things, but we should not judge them with material perspective. Sometimes they may do great things just for pleasure of Krishna. They have some higher purpose in their mind. So some like materialistic persons may do with one intention some acts, and similar acts devotee may also do. But devotees generally they understand sense gratification leads to misery. So generally they don't too much endeavor for sense gratification. But if they are doing something wonderful, like Prabhupada is going to America, so much effort. We see ordinary people also do lot of effort to go to America, or to go to some foreign country. How much effort they do? Lot of effort they do. Similarly, devotees may also do lot of effort for appearing from external point of view, appear mundane thing. Like Prabhupada going to America, what efforts he did. But actually he had a higher purpose. He had no personal any interest. His only interest was to glorify Krishna. His only interest was to spread message of Krishna. His only interest was to fulfill instruction and desires of his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. So, similarly, sometimes devotees may do such things, apparently may appear material, but always there is some higher purpose behind it. So here we see Yudhishthira Maharaj had this purpose. His main purpose was to glorify Krishna in presence of Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and all respectable personalities in the universe, and to establish in front of everyone that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. To establish that devotional service to Krishna is supreme and the most auspicious activity. So, when Krishna heard proposal of Yudhishthira Maharaj for doing Rajyagya, Krishna appreciated that. And in today's verse, we see Krishna is appreciating Yudhishthira Maharaj that, oh Yudhishthira, you have controlled senses. And because you have control over your senses, you have conquered me. Now one may wonder, just by controlling senses, can we conquer Krishna? Sometimes materialistic people, sometimes karmis or jnanis or yogis, mayavadis, they may also control senses. Sometimes we see some materialist people want to achieve something, they may forget eating and sleeping. They may control their senses to achieve some purpose. Sometimes we see jnanis, yogis, they control senses for years together. But can they conquer Krishna? No. That so-called material controlling senses is actually not really controlling senses. And they cannot conquer Krishna. In today's purport, we see Prabhupada is mentioning this purport is given in Krishna book, which is also presented here in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada says, controlling senses means engaging senses fully in service of Krishna. Like other place, Prabhupada gives example. Mauna. Mauna means it's not that not speaking anything. Mauna means not speaking anything material. Mauna means always speaking Krishna Katha. Always speaking about Krishna, about service of Krishna. That is real Mauna. Like we say he has great control over horse. That doesn't mean he's just tying horse in the stable. His great control means he can ride horse and drive the horse and travel on the horse and reach the destination safely. Or sometimes we say he has great control over car. Doesn't mean that he keeps the car in the parking lot. Controlling car means he can drive car through all difficult situations and reach the destination. Similarly, controlling sense doesn't mean that just stopping the senses, but engaging senses in service of Krishna. We see Prabhupada used to refer certain things like milk means hot milk. If somebody asks, give me milk, means we have to bring hot milk to drink, not cold milk. So shine means sunshine. Consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Bhagavata means Bhagavata as it is. Like I study Bhagavata means I study Bhagavata as it is, not just any Bhagavad Gita. So like that. Similarly, controlling senses means not just stopping senses, but engaging senses fully in service of Krishna. And who can engage senses fully in service of Krishna? It's not easy to engage always 24 hours senses in service of Krishna. Only one has love for Krishna can engage senses always in service of Krishna. And that love can conquer Krishna. So we see this month is Kartik month, special month, and every day we are celebrating this Damodar Leela by singing Damodar Ashtakam and offering lamb. So in this Leela we see how Mother Yashoda, apparently just a woman, and she's capturing the Supreme Person, which even yogis and jnanis cannot capture. So Mother Yashoda is conquering Krishna not by her physical strength, but by her transcendental love. So we see that this is a very amazing pastime of Krishna, where so many contradictions are seen. Contradicting nature of Supreme Person of Godhead. Sometimes people think that God is impersonal. But when you hear this path, we can say, God is not just impersonal light, but God is person. God is, in one sense, everything. God is impersonal as well as personal, but impersonal nature is coming from personal nature. This light, effulgence, Brahman, is coming from the effulgence of Krishna's body. So, Krishna is a person and he is a loving person. And Krishna is Supreme Lord. He is self-satisfied. Atmaram. Even fear personified. Mahakal or Yamraj or whatever, death personified. They are fearful of Krishna. But we see in this pastime, Krishna is fearful of Mother Yashoda. So all this bewildering things, when ordinary people see, they think, oh, Krishna is ordinary person. So Krishna's glories can be only understood by Krishna's devotees. Only when Krishna reveals that glory to them. So all these apparent contradictions are not faults of Krishna, faults in Krishna, but actually they are special ornaments of Krishna. These are not dushan, but these are bhushan of Krishna. Krishna's many wonderful qualities, and one of the most important and wonderful quality of Krishna is Bhakta Anugraha, or he's always very merciful to his devotees. He's very affectionate to his devotees, and he gets conquered. He gets Bhakta Vashata. He gets under the vash, under the control of his devotee. So that is his very special quality. Because of his Bhakta Vatsalya, or because of his coming under the control of his devotees, sometimes Krishna may apparently show such feelings that he is becoming angry, or he's becoming hungry, or he's becoming fearful, just to reciprocate with that devotee's love. So this reciprocation of Krishna with his devotees, and how out of love Krishna becomes subordinate to his devotee. Krishna is Swarat, but he gives up his independence and becomes dependent on his devotee. Krishna is Lord and Master, and we see Krishna becomes chariot driver of Arjuna. We see in Chaitanya that South Indian Brahmana, when he just sees this or hears about how Krishna has become Parsarthi, his just heart gets captivated. How amazing is this Lord? Lord is supreme, Swarat, and he is becoming servant of his devotee. How amazing is this Lord? How loving, how wonderful. So, hearing Lord's pastimes or seeing his wonderful qualities can captivate devotees. So, devotees can captivate Lord by their loving devotional service, and Lord captures devotees by his loving reciprocation. So, this loving reciprocation or prem is a very special. We see in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Krishna is revealing his heart. Let me just. It's a beautiful verse. Krishna says that ye yathamam prapadante tam tatsaiva bhajamyaham. So I reciprocate with devotees as they reciprocate with me. And especially if somebody loves Krishna, considering themselves as equal or superior to Krishna, Krishna likes that. And then Krishna wants to be their subordinate. In Chaitanya it is said, Mora putra mora sakha mora pranapati Yei bhave yei more kare shuddha bhakti Apana ke bada mani apana re amare samahina Apana ke bada mani amare samahina Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai. Sei bhave hai ami tahar adhina Mora putra mora sakha mora pranapati Ei bhave ei more kare shuddha bhakti अपना के बड़ो माने हमारे समहीना सही भावे है आमी ताहारे अधीना Krishna is telling, somebody thinks Mora Putra, Mora Sakha, Mora Pranpati. Somebody thinks me as son or friend or beloved, and in that way they render service to me. They consider themselves apna ke bada mani, bado mani, and amare samahina, and they consider me as equal or inferior. Sei bhave hoy ami tahara adin. So that devotional sentiments are very pleasing to me, and I get conquered by such sentiments. I get conquered by such devotional mood. So Mother Yashoda has that devotional mood. Mother Yashoda considers herself as mother of Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigra Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is Anadi. He is Adi of everybody. He is father and mother of everyone. So who can be mother and father of Krishna? But still, if any devotee wants to serve Krishna in that mood of parent, loving parent, then Krishna accepts that. And Krishna becomes subordinate. Like here we see Mother Yashoda is trying to serve Krishna, love Krishna in parental affection, and Krishna is becoming subordinate to her love. So this mood of devotees captivates Krishna, and Krishna becomes subordinate, and that when Krishna becomes subordinate, that captivates devotees. And this is very attractive thing. So Krishna comes here to demonstrate these wonderful pastimes and attract everybody in this universe. So we see this Damodar Lila took place on day of Diwali, which is just coming. One day early morning on Diwali day, Mother Yashoda got up very early. This was just day before Indra Puja, which is now celebrated as Govardhan Puja. When Krishna is small, all Brajavasis used to celebrate Indra Puja. And for Indra Puja, a lot of arrangements were to be made. A lot of, milk products and all these things. So a lot of, so from early morning preparations are going on. Later on anyway, Krishna changed that Indra Puja to Govardhan Puja. And also, so Mother Yashoda got up very early in the morning, and she saw Krishna is taking rest. She left Krishna on the bed and left. And early morning onwards, she was churning the butter. So Acharya explained how her hands and body were engaged in churning. When her hands were moving, her bangles were making sound like kartal. And the churning rod, when churning the yogurt or whatever curd, that it was making sound of mridanga. And with mouth, with tongue, she was singing beautiful songs of Krishna. So it was like a wonderful sankirtan, one man sankirtan, one woman sankirtan, alone singing, and then karta, mridang, Sometimes we see some devotees, they have so many musical instruments, and alone one man, they're singing, mridang, kartal, everything is their musical instruments, So Mother Yashoda is like one woman sankirtan going on, And she was completely absorbed. Her hands and body were engaged in churning. Her mouth, her tongue was engaged in singing. And her mind was absorbed in remembering Krishna. So she, in that sense, her senses were fully under control. In this context, her senses are fully, her senses, mind, body, everything was engaged in service of Krishna. And Acharya, she was personally, especially cooking, making this yogurt, because she had heard so many complaints that Krishna is going and stealing butter. She was thinking, maybe I should make such butter that butter will completely satisfy Krishna. Krishna will give up the stealing business. Maybe he is not liking my butter, so he is going and stealing butter from other homes. But today I am going to make such special butter that Krishna will forget stealing butter from others. So that was her love. She wanted to make very special butter for Krishna. Yashodamai had so many maid servants, but she did not engage maid servants in making butter for Krishna. She herself was, making butter. And when Krishna got up and he saw that Mother Yashoda is not there, he became very upset. Arey, how come Mother is not there? How come she left me and went? And then he got up and he saw that Mother was making this butter. So immediately went and he got hold of that churning rod and stopped Mother Yashoda churning of this butter. Acharya explained, Krishna wanted to tell that generally yogis, they use their intelligence and mind churning different essence of scriptures, but they don't understand that essence of all scriptures is Krishna only. So Krishna wanted to tell, if I am here, what is need of churning? And then Krishna stopped that churning rod and climbed on the lap of Mother Yashoda and started drinking milk of Yashoda. Mother Yashoda had so much love and affection that milk was spontaneously flowing from her breast. And Krishna was enjoying. And it is said that there was milk, another milk, special Padmagandha cow's milk. When he saw that Mother Yashoda is feeding milk with so much love, and Krishna is enjoying, and he saw Mother Yashoda is unlimited love, and she can keep on feeding Krishna unlimited time, and Krishna can keep on drinking unlimitedly. So he thought that maybe if Mother Yashoda is serving so nicely, I may not get opportunity to serve. And if there is no service for me, what is use of living? So thinking that milk was overpouring from the container and falling in the fire, as if committing suicide. So Acharya has explained that when Mother Yashoda saw that milk is jumping in the milk is overpouring and falling in the fire, immediately she kept aside Krishna and ran to save that milk. So Acharya has given a lot of commentary on this. That if one is with Krishna, what is there more important than Krishna? Why is Mother Yashoda going to save some insignificant milk? Nanda Maharaj had 9 lakh cows. You can imagine how much milk would be there. And some little milk is pouring fire. How does that matter? Why she is leaving Krishna and going to save some milk? Isn't it inappropriate thing about Mother Yashoda in just leaving Krishna and going for something other than Krishna? So sometimes we see people are engaged in some devotional service and their material life, something happens, then they leave this and go. So that because they have to take care of their material aspect of life. So from materialistic people or for semi-devotees, that may be okay, some fault. But when Mother Yashoda is leaving Krishna and going to save milk, that is not at all fault. So because Mother Yashoda is leaving Krishna for higher purpose, leaving Krishna for service of Krishna. Because that milk was very special. Milk was not ordinary milk. That was milk from special cows. And from them, Mother Yashoda was personally taking care of those cows, giving special grasses to them. And from that special grass, milk used to come, and then from that some special cow's milk, they used to feed another cows. And from those another cows, some special milk would come, which was very fragrant. Padma Gandha. Padma means lotus, fragrant. Milk used to be sweet and fragrant. So Mother Yashoda used to personally take care of those cows, personally feed them, personally caress them, so that milk would be filled with great taste. So quality of milk also depends on how the cows are taken care. Like we see, the cook's consciousness affect the food. Similarly, cow's consciousness also affect the milk. So Mother Yashoda personally used to take care of cow, personally care them, personally feed them with so much love and affection, so that milk is also first class. So we can see the quality of devotional service there is amazing. So even small things can be done in a very high class way. So Mother Yashoda was taking care of cows, and milk was very special, and it was more for Krishna. And she was thinking, oh, that special milk is getting, so how will then Krishna relish? So she left Krishna and ran to take care of. So when Mother Yashoda left Krishna and ran to save that milk, milk immediately understood what had happened. He understood he has disturbed Mother Yashoda's affectionate feeding of milk to Krishna. Immediately feel embarrassed. He feels ashamed. Immediately, regained his normal state. Whatever overflowing was there, he stopped overflowing. And it said he started feeling ashamed and fasting. Oh, what an offender I am. Mother Yashoda was so nicely serving Krishna, and Krishna was so much enjoying. And I have offended them by, creating this disturbance. And Krishna, Yashoda has left Krishna and come to, so he started feeling very bad, So you see, in spiritual world, everything is a person. Like milk is a person. In material world, we can understand, like river, like Ganga is there. It's not just water. Ganga is also a personality. Yamuna, that is not just water, but there is also personality. Himalaya is not just a mountain, but there is personality, Himalaya. Similarly, in spiritual world, everything is a person. And they have feelings. I was reading that, in spiritual world, even rice is a person. Bhakti Pushpa Maharaj writes in his book that, in material world, we see when in household generally, mothers cook rice. So they may put rice on the stove and then they may do their work, and time they go and check whether rice is cooked or not, And when cooked is that, then okay. But in spiritual, you don't have to do like that. He says that, Mother Yashoda, when she is doing work, she just says, my dear rice, are you cooked? Rice says, yes, I am ready. Then Mother Yashoda goes. So she doesn't have to go and, check. She just calls out and then rice says, yes, till some time is there, okay, wait. Or I am cooked, and then she goes and, so everything is person, like milk is a person, rice is a person, So that's such an amazing thing. So, and everybody deals with everyone as a person. So, however, before we can go to that stage where there's spontaneous love, and like Mother Yashoda has spontaneous love, milk has love, cows have love for Krishna. That is, in spiritual, everybody has love. But in material world, we may not have that love. But at least in the beginning, we can have some purable attitude and start engaging our mind and senses. In the beginning, we may not be 100% engaged, but in some way we have to engage. In the beginning, we may not be able to chant 24 hours a day, but at least we can chant 16 rounds a day. In the beginning, we may not be able to engage everything in Krishna service, but at least we should start engaging something slowly. We may not be able to use 100% of our earnings and Lakshmi in Krishna service, but okay, start with something. So we may not be able to use 100% of time. Okay, start. So we see that before one can reach to this state where Mother Yashoda and all Brajavasis are there, state of spontaneous love, maybe we have to do some practice of devotional service, that is sadhana bhakti. Also we see through sadhana bhakti we get purified gradually. And then our faith develops, our anathas reduce, and then our strong faith develops, and then one gets taste, ruchi. And after that one gets asakti, attachment. So we have to develop taste and attachment for the process of devotional service. Like hearing Krishna Katha, chanting holy names of Lord, worshipping Lord or deities, serving devotees. So this is very important for us to develop some taste or some attachment for the process of devotional service before we can develop asakti for Krishna. Asakti for Krishna comes later. First, asakti for this devotional items come. So we can pray to Damodar, we can pray to Mother Yashoda, we can pray to all these wonderful devotees of Vrindavan, that you are so attached to Krishna and your mind is always engaged in service of Krishna. We can also develop a drop of attachment to devotional service of Krishna. little attachment for hearing Krishna Katha, attachment for chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Attachment to serving devotees, attachment to holy place, no? And gradually, then further one may develop attachment to personality of Krishna, wonderful qualities of Krishna. And then ultimately one may develop pure love for Krishna, which is the ultimate goal of life. So katha kam beshi. So, but in spiritual circle we have to pray that I get katha beshi. I get attachment to hearing katha more and more. Naam beshi. I get attachment to chant more and more. I get attachment to serve devotees, serve dham more and more, and so that the calm will become beshi, calm will become calm, and prem will be beshi. So we hope that in our station devotees, by engaging devotional service, gradually we can develop attachment to Krishna and then engage ourselves completely in service of Krishna. Here we see Prabhupada is telling controlling senses means engaging senses thoroughly, 100% in service of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So here we see that Yudhishthira Maharaj is being glorified by Krishna, and Krishna is telling, Yo Yudhishthira, you have conquered your senses and thus you have conquered me. And Prabhupada means conquering senses or controlling senses means engaging senses in service of Krishna always. Thank you very much. We have a few minutes in case anybody wants to comment, add something, share something, or ask. We can take a few minutes of discussion. Yes. Balram going Prabhu. Yes.
First time I'm hearing about that replying back. Rice replies back.
Yeah, this Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj writes in his book Damodar.
And even that also, that the milk felt very bad that he has separated Yashoda and...
because of me, Mother Yashoda is unfortunate. She was so absorbed in loving interaction and I created disturbance. Okay.
In this point, to some extent I'm understanding, but I want to hear from you. One who thus engages his senses becomes purified. And with purified senses, one can actually render service to Lord. It's like what is the first engagement and what is the actual service to the Lord? What is the difference between these two? One who engages his senses.
So what is your understanding? You can share.
Well, it's like the devotional path is it's like we are potentially in practicing pure devotional service. Like in the beginning, we are following as per the instructions of the Guru and Sadhu, engaging the senses. And over a period, well, at that time, whether I'm not getting clarity that I'm engaged in service of the Lord, or and with purified senses, you're actually engaged. So, actual, the word what actually means actual.
Yes, we say in the beginning we don't have love for Krishna. We are engaged in service of Krishna under direction of Guru and Sadhu and Shastras. Our inspiration to serve Krishna is not our love for Krishna. Our inspiration to serve Krishna is instructions of Guru, instructions of Sadhus, instructions of Shastras. Krishna, we say, Krishna, when he's saying Patram Pushvam Phalam To Yo Me Bhaktya Prayashde, Krishna is not interested in anything, he's interested in love. And in the beginning, we don't have love for Krishna, so that's not real service. But in the beginning, we serve because we may have some respect for Guru, Sadhu, Shastras, some appreciation, some trust, some shraddha in Guru Sadhu Shastra. So out of that we do. And that we get purified. And when we get purified, then we develop love. And when we develop love, then one can actually render service to Krishna. Service is selfless. Savai punsa paro dharma yato bhaktir adokshija. Ahituki apratihata yayatma suprasiddhati is unmotivated and uninterrupted. So in the beginning, our devotional service may not be unmotivated, may not be uninterrupted. Sometimes we may have some motivation. Sometimes it may get interrupted also. So few hours we engage, other hours we also little relax. We also have our own plans, So other things are there. So that's may not be pure devotional service, but at least we are engaged in some service. So that is appreciable. That is purifying us. And when one is purified, then one may engage 24 hours in service of Krishna, uninterrupted and without any motivation. So this is what I understand. That right now we are engaged under direction of Guru Sadhu Shastra. That is all some service, but may not be, loving devotional service. And when we develop love, then same thing. Now we are doing arati. When we develop love, then we do arati is different. Now we are doing offering. Then when we develop love, it's different. Now we are cleaning the temple. Yes. And when we develop love, it's like different. So loving devotional service. When we are engaged in service, now we are at least engaging our senses in according to direction Guru Sadhu Shastra, then we are getting purified. And when we are purified, when we engage service, that is very special. It's out of love that captures Krishna. But thank you for pointing out this very important point. Sometimes, we may do same service and pure devotees may do same service, but there's a lot of difference. We may chant and pure devotees may chant. We may serve deities and pure devotees may serve, but there's great difference. We may preach, pure devotees may preach. There's great difference. What is differences? We are not yet purified and we don't have love. But we are doing it as an instruction, under instruction for purification. Whereas already purified souls, pure devotees, they do it out of love. And that love is very captivating. Love is very interesting. At the same time, when we are following instructions of Guru, Sadhu, Shastras, that also captivates the hearts of Guru Sadhu Shastras. That captivates Guru, please, very nice. He doesn't have love for Krishna, still he's doing it on my instruction. So he feels very grateful. He feels so grateful that he's following my instruction. So, so just difference of quality. And difference of quality means difference in faith and difference in love. In the beginning, we may have less faith and less love. And in purified state, more faith, more love. It's like, in the beginning, it may be little khatta mita. Then it's really sweet. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So thank you very much. Yes, Prabhu. Last question. Yes. Yes.
As you see, that maintaining love for Krishna all the time, and so my question is, people like me who is living in family life, our requirements, and we have different other services other than service to Krishna and the devotees. There are times when we in our life we require so many things which to satisfy our senses, as I can say. Suppose there is a new car in the market, a new flat has come up, which we might not need it, but we still think ye le lena chahiye humko. So how is it wrong, or if it is wrong, then how we can control these desires?
Yeah. So not only devotees like you, but devotees like me also. So this is our situation. We are in material world. So we don't have love for Krishna. So we also have love for materialistic things. Which is technically called as kama. Love is called prema. So in our heart there is love, little love, prem, and beshikam. So what we have to do? We have to do basic katha. We have to do basic Krishna katha, basic Harinam. Then kam will be come. Now our slogan is katha kam, kam beshi. Our slogan is katha kam, kam beshi. So we have to do ulta slogan. We have to do katha beshi. Then gradually kam will be come. Then prem will be more. So when prem becomes more, then we can be engaged always in Krishna's service. Otherwise, without love, it's very difficult to be engaged in service of Krishna. So therefore, Acharya has given this process of devotional service. So we may not have love for Krishna, but we follow the process that will awaken our love for Krishna. Process is A, B, C, D, E. A, association of devotees. Whether we love or not, we try to associate with devotees. Be in association and try to avoid non-devotee association as much as possible. In devotee association, we develop desire to serve Krishna. In non-devotee association, we develop material desires. So we choose devotee association so that slowly our spiritual desires increase, material desires reduce. B, reading books like Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam means Bhagavata as it is. Bhagavatam. So when we read books like Bhagavatam, then our intelligence gets awakened. You understand what is calm and what is prem. Illusions are dispelled. We can see things in right way, and then our aspirations can be rectified. Otherwise, we may have wrong aspirations. In the beginning, now we may have aspiration. How wonderful I can have better flat, big flat. When we get purified, we think, oh, how wonderful, this temple is so small. If we can have bigger temple for Krishna, it would be so wonderful. No? So in the beginning, we have desire for our own house. Later on, we have desire for Krishna's house. You may think, oh, how nice I can have beautiful car. You think, okay, how wonderful if I can have big beautiful chariot for Krishna. No? We can do nice Rath Yatra and all this thing. No? So desire may be same, no? To have most beautiful, but the objective change from person to Krishna, and that gives pleasure. So when we try to satisfy senses, it gives misery and anxiety. We try to satisfy Krishna, even if you fail in that attempt, that gives satisfaction and happiness. We desire, let's build a big temple. Even if we fail, but still, because we just tried that, Krishna will acknowledge that and give us great credit for that, and we'll feel satisfied. Material thing, if we fail, it's failure. Only one will go in depression. So read books, chant Hare Krishna, ABC. C means chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In the beginning, one may chant 1 round, 2 rounds, slowly 16 rounds. Slowly one can chant even more rounds. Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds. One can chant 18 rounds, 20 rounds, 25 rounds. Special occasion, one can chant 64 rounds. Special occasion, one can chant day and night also. So that chanting, these are the by which we can awaken our love for Krishna. D means deity worship, worshipping deity, coming to temple, taking darshan of Lord, offering bhoga to Lord, or doing some service in relation with the deities of Lord, celebrating the festivals of Lord. A, B, C, D, deity worship, taking prasadam. This part of deity worship. When we offer bhoga to Lord, then we get prasad, then taking prasad. And E means engagement, engaging our mind and senses in some way or other in service of Krishna. And as time passes, in the beginning, we may engage little bit time and energies in service of Krishna. As time passes, our heart may get purified, our faith may get uplifted, and then our attitude service will increase, and then it may increase. In the beginning, we may spend 1 hour a day in service of Krishna, gradually 2 hours a day, then 3 hours a day. And we hope by the time of death, we can engage 24 hours a day in service of Krishna. Because when you are 24 hours engaged in service of Krishna, then we get qualified to go to the kingdom of God, where there is only service to Krishna. If we want to engage 20 hours in service of Krishna, 4 hours in sense gratification, then we cannot go to spiritual world, because in spiritual world there is no opportunity for sense gratification. In material world there is opportunity, so one has to stay in material world. But if we practice increasing our service attitude and our quality and quantity of service as we progress, and if by the time of death, if we are able to engage 24 hours in service of Krishna, engage our body, mind, senses, everything, manasa, deha, geha, jo kuchimora, mind, manasa, deha, body, geha, home, jo kuchimora, whatever, in service of in Krishna, then we become qualified to go back to kingdom God, which is our goal of life. And that is meaning of developing love for God. Love means service, and by doing service we can awaken love. So in the beginning, we may not have that pure love as Yashoda is having for Krishna, as Vrajavasis are having for Krishna. Fine, but at least we are in the process. We follow this process, and gradually, then it can increase. So we should have some discipline. This much I am doing, and minimum I should do this much. Like minimum chant 8 rounds. So I have to chant 8 rounds at any cost. I should not reduce. And then if I can increase, wonderful. Minimum I am giving 2 hours for Krishna. So minimum I have to give that. I should not reduce in that. If possible, I can increase but not reduce. So like some discipline should be there. And gradually increase, and we hope that at time of death, we are thoroughly engaged in service of Krishna, and then we go to Krishna. Okay. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Kartik Maas ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitaya Go Premanande, Hare Hare Bol.